I had to stop and refuel. This is a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel on a jalapeno bagel. Jalapeno and cheese bagel. Allow my 6 fingers to interrupt your video. Very good. I guess I'm headed to the doctor's office. You guys ready? All right, let's do this. Beautiful Georgia trees.
We go dentist.
No, we're not going to the dentist. We're going to the doctor's office. Beautiful Georgia trees. At the doctor's. So instead of Fred Bueller's day off, I guess this would be Fred Jr.'s day off. Part 2. Fred Bueller's day off, part 2. I'm always ending up at the doctor with the kids. My wife works during the morning, so a lot of times I'm stuck at the doctor. All right. Of course, we gotta take the elevator for no reason. That Michael, go ahead and press 1.
Whoa! Whoa! Watch her, baby, watch her.
Yeah, nice waterfall. Pretty cool. Be sure to check out some of my latest videos. The latest video is Domino. You also have Midnight Marauders. You also have Training Day. And one of my latest favorite videos is Mall Rats. Because, me and my 2 sons were mall rats. And they took me up the escalator 11 times. You girls and guys be safe out there. And I will catch you later. Peace. Had to stop and refuel. I know y'all see me cook ribs a lot, but hey, it's summertime and the thing is here, and I like to cook ribs. So, in order to say bye to the summer, here I am refueling on ribs. So, I always barbecue. I'm known as a barbecue man. So, there we have it. Refueling. Yeah. I feel like the chinners. I have the new comic book day haul. This is 37 titles. The Chinners has one of the coolest channels. I just really love how he always picks up a big stack of books and shows them off. And sometimes he actually has on a cool watch. But he's a very smooth dude. And he's always showing off, like he does this with his comic book haul. 37 titles. Very cool. And this episode of Direct Edition is brought to you by my fake Darth Maul from China. You know how we do on this channel. Let's get into some comics. All right, so I'm downstairs in the dungeon. It is Fred Jr.'s day off. I think I got duped, though, because he's actually feeling a little better. But, he did spend a couple of days out of school. He feels better. And I know you guys are going to say, I hope he feels better. But he's all right. He's cool. But with that being said, with Fred being out of school, I got a lot of rest. And I got a lot of time to do comic book hauls. So, without further ado, let's talk about your background. So, these you've seen from a couple of videos. I just had them in a stack. I was messing with my boy, the Chinnis, who I saw his channel grow from probably like 300 to, almost 1,000. So if you guys are struggling, as far as subscribers, just take his story, take a couple of the other YouTubers' stories. They actually started from where we started from, which is, I remember I had like 11 subscribers. But it's not about subscribers, it's about collecting. It's about the love of collecting. So you have Aquaman number one, I'm sorry. That's when his hand actually liquefied into when he lost his hand, but then he got like this. What's his wife have? It's like a water kinesis where you can actually take water and shape it and do whatever you want to with it. That's what Aquaman is doing with that hand. Then you have the Call of Duty, the Precinct. Definitely shout out to all the heroes from 9/11. One of my favorite comic books of all time, which is Future Quest. Very cool. And then you have the Hulk, and I forget who that villain is, but the rainbow colors is pretty cool on the Grey Hulk. And then you have Uncanny X-Men, you know what I'm saying? And all those three dudes are dead now because I remember when they was resurrected in the Crochet. And then you have my girl Red Sonja, who's usually an indie corner in my videos since I started doing the indie corner. But with that being said, hope you guys are having a good day. Let's get into some comics. So I went to Second to Charles recently, and I didn't get a lot of footage out of there because I had little Mikey with me, who is my Jedi in training. But this is a cool pop that I picked up. This is Son of Zorn, and I actually thought this is a pretty cool pop. I don't know that much about it, but yeah, very cool. So here's a cool look at the front of the pop. If you allow my sexy fingers to interrupt your video, here's a cool look at the top of the pop. Very cool. Here's a look at the side of the pop. Son of Zorn. Very cool. And here's all three pops. You know what I'm saying? So I guess he has three different variants. I actually saw all three different variants. I only picked this one up because I figured this is original. I'll go back and pick up the other variants. But I definitely just wanted to keep adding to my pop collection, which is very cool. So this is Son of Zorn. And here's Zorn next to my latest pickup, which is Sorrento from Ready Player One. You guys have been telling me that it's a cool movie. I thought it actually was a video game. But I'm just trying to beef up my Funko Pop game because a lot of you guys' channels, man, you guys' Funko Pops collections are like, make mine kind of like look like a little dwarf. And, I'm an ultimate collector, so, what I'm saying? I definitely want over 30 pops, which I already have. You know what I'm saying? I got to have more than 30 pops. All right, y'all. Let's get into some comics. Now, I already have the Ultimatum in an omnibus, complete trade hardcover. And that's actually one of the better stories of Marvel that came out because it actually was so controversial that it shook up the industry. And, I'm all about controversy. I hate stuff kind of staying the same. Marvel's kind of doing soft controversy right now where they're taking characters and dealing with their ethnicity or their sexuality. But Ultimatum came at a time where Marvel was trying to get back on top. And this is a cool David Finch cover. Awesome, awesome, awesome David Finch cover. Just take a look at that beautiful cover. David Finch is a beast. And this is the ultimate destruction of the Ultimate Universe. I'm saying ultimate so much, I might as well say Ultimate Warrior. But there's David Finch's signature at that back. So here's a cool look at the front of the book. And since it's not bag and border, here's a cool look at the back of the book. Definitely love my Ultimatum. I thought it was a very cool story. A lot of unnecessary drama, but very cool. All right, let's keep it moving. Now, what would this channel be if I didn't show a little bit of X Men, Harley Quinn, Wonder Woman, Wolverine, etc., etc., etc.? So here's Uncanny X Men number 315. This is a run filler to plug in the holes and plug in the gaps. And Exodus is one of my favorite X Men villains, even though he's slept on a lot. I think his name is like John Perrier or John Per something, but he actually fought in the Crusades, and he is so wildly or insanely powerful that Exodus can do whatever the heck he wants to do. He's very powerful. I mean, extremely powerful. But that's when Colossus actually turned on the X Men and went to Magneto and wanted to be one of the acolytes. So very cool. Like in X Men 315. Since it's not bag and boarded, look at that Maximum Carnage. Man, I remember that video game. That was absolutely freaking awesome. All right, let's keep going. And to add on to some of my Marvel official handbooks of the Marvel Universe, I actually picked this up. This is the X Men from 2005. Cool Colossus cover. You got Colossus, Angel, Magneto, Psylocke, Cable, Phantom X, Captain Britain, yada yada yada, Cannonball. So very cool to pick up and to keep my X Men run going. Because at the end of the day, one of my ultimate collections is to actually have a lot of X Men, to the dismay of my boy, my indie hero, Samuel Trejo. But very cool. Definitely love it. I don't think I showed y'all this, but if I did, I apologize. This is my Wonder Woman number 13 from the New 52. The reason why I'm so obsessed with Wonder Woman is because I think his name was like Wortham, the guy who actually helped create, well, the actual guy who created Wonder Woman actually helped create the lie detector test. And he actually had a wife, but he also had a girlfriend. And guess what the girlfriend had? The girlfriend had two silver bracelets that he would use to bind her in his kinkiness. So a lot of Wonder Woman's earlier comic books has a lot of the kinkiness in it. That's not the reason why I love Wonder Woman. I grew up on Wonder Woman. Linda Carter actually made me love Wonder Woman. I actually love that lady. Um, Half Mexican, half white, but very cool. So this is Wonder Woman number 13, New 52, and you got an arrow from the TV series advertisement. All right, let's keep going. More cool arrow, advertisement on the back. I think his name was Arthur Wortham. Arthur Wortham, that was his name. Helped create the lie detector test. Also invented my one of my favorite female heroes, Wonder Woman. So because I love you guys so much and this is an awesome community, I'm going to give you a main event early, and this is DC Rebirth Aquaman number 2, and this is actually a variant cover. Definitely love Arthur Curry, definitely love Mera, and if you really, really look at the artwork, it's hard to make out, but if you stare at this for a while, you will notice right up under the Aquaman um, name is Black Manta's eyes. It took me a while to actually figure that out. The red was Black Manta's eyes, but yeah, those three are like three of my favorites. I definitely love Aquaman, definitely love Mera, and definitely love Black Manta. So very cool. All right, let's keep rolling. But that's your first main event early in the video. And so we're at the point of the video where you ask me, hey, Fred Hall Direct Edition, what are you reading right now? And this is actually a needle to comic book window. Mr. Rigor Mortis named him that. But this is X Men Universe. In these X Men universes, actually collects three of the X Men books. So the first book would be, you gotta forgive me because I'm reading this from far away. Let's go closer. So Terror in the Egyptian Tomb, and that actually sounds like in Sabanur Apocalypse. So I definitely have to read that. Uncanny X-Men number 376. That's what that collects. You also have Battle Amid Blue Lightning, which collects Cable number 75. And you have The Iceman Melted, which is X-Men number 96. So this is a very cool book. A cheap way to pick up all your X-Men, three of your X-Men main titles without having to spend, the money for the three individual books. But very cool. Definitely love this, and this is direct edition. And all the books that I bought you today are actually 50 centers. So as my brother would say, Leonard Hudson, I'm killing the 50-cent game. Very awesome. So that's what I'm reading right now. Wow, this show is for the '90s kids. I barely remember this show. Looks like the same guy that did the Wild Thornberries. So '90s. Very cool. All right, let's get it to your main events. Main events. You ready? All right, let's go. So I really wasn't a big fan of J. Scott Campbell until I got on this YouTube community, and then I realized that you guys are fans of J. Scott Campbell, so that makes me a fan of J. Scott Campbell. So your second main event is going to be J. Scott Campbell cover, and you actually have Captain Marvel. I think that is Human Torch. You have Nick Fury. You have Spider Man, and you also have Spider Woman. This is from the Ultimate Universe, so very cool. Definitely love my J. Scott Campbells, and yeah, very awesome. That's your second main event. Issue two, J. Scott Campbell. Very, very cool Human Torch and Captain Marvel cover. I heard that J. Scott Campbell really doesn't know how to draw feet. I don't know how true that is, but very weird. But awesome, awesome, awesome sauce. J. Scott Campbell. So that's Ultimate Mystery issue two. Very cool advertisement. Got milk. Utah Jazz. Awesome. And your last main event is Ultimate Mystery issue number three. You have the Fantastic Four without I don't see Mr. Fantastic, but versus Captain Marvel. That is actually Ben Grimm, who's in human form. So I thought this is very cool. Definitely love this main events. These three main events. Awesome. Here's another cool look at your Ultimate Mystery covers. J. Scott Campbell. Very awesome. I'm going to keep on adding them into my collection, man. Anytime I can pick up a J. Scott Campbell for the low, I'm definitely going to pick him up. He's not one of my favorite artists, but I think he's very cool. And I definitely am a fan of his because of the YouTube community. So there you have it. Awesome sauce. And so, once again, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. If anybody hasn't received their stuff from me in the contest, please comment down below. I'll send you my email where you can send me your address and I will send your stuff out. But most of you guys have already received your prizes, if not all. You girls and guys be safe out there. Remember words of wisdom. Focus on the ones that show you love, and on the ones that don't show you love, hey, we're just going to keep on rolling without them. I pray that you guys be successful. I pray that you guys realize who you are. You are important. You're very much stepping into what you're supposed to be doing in life. You girls and guys be safe out there, and I will catch you later. Peace.